Hi everyone, this is our channel, Meet the Real Story. Please like, share and subscribe.
Have you ever heard about a story of a woman successfully getting her ex back? You can say yes, but no other story is like mine. So sit back, relax, get some popcorn or any chips of your liking and stay with me. I'll be telling you my story, and I'm assuring you it ain't like other stories out there. By the way, my name is Jessica. Before we start, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for quality stories to watch whenever you're bored, stressed, or simply having the urge to watch something that is out of this world. Anyway, it all started when I was 20. Jerry and I were celebrating our 5th anniversary. We were so ecstatic. I mean, time flies so fast. We still remember when we were 15 and still in high school. We had a lot of limitations and a lot of people telling us what we should and shouldn't do, but we never once had to worry about anything. Jerry and I are both dreamers, and we're working so hard to achieve our goals, and our love is not supposed to be hindering us in any way. It's supposed to be our inspiration. So I was pretty sure that he would be supportive of the news I got. I got an offer to study abroad and I needed to leave in 2 weeks because the program being offered to me is good and my sponsor said that if I take it immediately, then the accommodation is arranged and I would have a bigger allowance. He's also applying for the same program, but I guess I got accepted earlier than he did. I took up fashion design while he took up fine arts. He's a great artist, so I'm sure he'll get accepted sometime soon. No. That was his response when I told him I would be leaving soon. I thought we had a deal that we would go together. He said, "Of course, mine just came in early. You'll get accepted too. Don't you trust that?" I told him. He just walked out and our night was ruined. After that incident, we had a lot of fights. It's like we're leaving dents everywhere we go. Our favorite place became a place we didn't want to go anymore. Everywhere we went, we had a huge fight, like the mall, the pizza parlor, the convenience store near his place, and even the park we always go to. We were always arguing because he really didn't want me to go. And that doesn't make sense to me. It's been our dream for so long, and I cannot help but think that maybe he's just jealous because I got in first. I would not react the same way if ever you're the one who got to be offered first, I told him. Is that how you think of me? That I'm like this because I'm jealous? He said. If not, then why are you acting that way? I said. You're unbelievable. If you want to leave without me, then just go. He said. Jerry walked out and he never talked to me again. Before I left, we patched things up between us and we had a formal breakup. We both realized that maybe it is the best time for us to grow apart. That we had half a decade of being happy with each other, but now it's time for greater things. So I left to study abroad. I was gone for almost 4 years. The program is only good for 2 years, but I got a great job offer and I took it, but my contract soon ended. I got another offer for a project that would start in a few weeks. That's plenty of free time, so it's the perfect timing to go back home. Jerry and I eventually made up virtually. We used to Skype like all the time during my first year abroad, but I just stopped calling. I tried to call him, but he did not pick up my calls anymore. I decided to just leave him alone, but then I couldn't. I know I still love him, and I would like to make things right between us now that I'm back. My friends organized a homecoming party for me and everything was perfect and wonderful, but I do not see Jerry anywhere. Is he really not coming to see me? Sorry I'm late. That voice sounds familiar. Oh my goodness, Jerry! I was so happy to see him that I jumped him and hugged him so tight. I was not sure why our friends were staring at us in disbelief until I saw this tiny person with a tiny waist, long black hair, and beautiful eyes. Jessica, meet my girlfriend Natalie, he said. I forced a smile and tried my best to hide my feelings. I wanted to shout and cry and punch him right in the face. My heart was screaming. Is this why you stopped answering my calls? But of course, I stayed calm and ladylike. I didn't want to make a scene. How long have they been together? Maybe not that long, so I still have a shot. For all I know, he's just using that Natalie girl as a rebound. I'm confident that I'm still the one in Jerry's heart. He just doesn't know it yet, so I would make him realize it. Jerry sat me in a corner and started to tell me everything that could fill in the blanks. He let Natalie enjoy her time with our friends. She's not insecure about my presence at all. I'm not sure if it's a good or a bad thing. Sorry, I guess I haven't told you yet why I did not pursue the program, he said, and I listened. My parents got a divorce. After that, my mom was in a state of depression, so I had to be there, he said. Jerry told me that even before I left, things started to go crazy at their household. He just couldn't tell me because he was hoping everything could still work out, but it was affecting him big time. Then his parents finally called it quits. And there I was 4 years ago thinking that Jerry was just being jealous of my success. What kind of a human being am I? I feel so sorry for him right now. Then he started telling me that he did everything to help his mom. He supported what could make her feel back on track again. He enrolled his mother in a baking workshop where she met Natalie. Natalie and his mom were batchmates in that workshop. So one time his mom invited her over to come to their house, and that's how they met. I fell in love because of her supreme chocolate cake, he said with a chuckle. I cannot help but feel jealous because I can really see the love in his eyes while telling this story. Plus the fact that she's also got his mother's heart. I used to be Aunt Mary's favorite, but I think I deserve to be called off. I never even said goodbye to her before I left. For a moment, I almost gave up, but I will not go down without a fight. Next morning, I called Natalie and asked if we could hang out. I told her that Jerry is not just an ex-boyfriend for me, but also a best friend. So I told her that I want to make sure that he's in good hands. And so she agreed, and she was very cool about it. While we were having dinner, I was slowly sizing up my opponent. She's pretty, she's got a gorgeous body, and she's super sweet and kind. This must be the reason why Jerry and Aunt Mary love her so much. When she said that she'll go to the restroom, I pulled out my laxative and poured a little something in her drink. But then Jerry arrived and joined us. Before I could stop him from doing so, he drank Natalie's iced tea. I think it became their habit to share drinks. Cute, right? Natalie was not able to drink anything from the cup because we had to leave right away. Because, poor Jerry. Natalie and I went shopping. When she was not looking, I put an item or two in her bag. So, of course, it is unpaid and it will trigger the alarm before we exit the store. And it did. Finally, a devious plan of mine paid off. I finally got her. She was crying big time while being interviewed by the security guard. I must admit, I felt a bit of guilt making me want to confess that I was the one who masterminded it. But I'm not foolish. What I did instead was I paid the sales lady to say that there has been a mistake so this would be over. Jerry came to Natalie's rescue. He hugged her till she stopped crying. Oh well, crap, nothing is working out. I need to brainstorm what could actually work. What if I seduced Jerry? I'm sure he would give in. I'm sure I would make Natalie arrive just in time so she could see us kissing. Perfect. So that is just what I did. I rented a hotel room, lit up some candles, scattered some red roses, and I filled the tub with bubbles. I put a chocolate box so we could share it, I took a piece of chocolate and offered him one. But instead of seducing him, he got mad. Not because he sensed the scheme I was trying to pull off. "What are you doing? You're allergic to chocolate," he said. "No, I bought something that does not have nuts and well, I checked the label and the ingredients, and uh-oh. Then Natalie finally arrived. Next thing I know, we were in the hospital. Jerry and Natalie were taking care of me. What an unpleasant scene. "As soon as you feel stable, you can go. Just process the paperwork, please," the doctor told us. Jerry told us that he'll be the one taking care of it. Natalie and I were left alone. And she was kind of staring at me. I could see in her eyes that she was very worried about me. Or was she? She said, "Please don't be stupid again." Then she gave me a hug. "I don't want to lose you, you're my best friend," she said. Natalie explained to me that she's an orphan. She doesn't have many friends because she grew up poor, and when her parents died, she transferred from one state to another until she had a job at a bakery in her neighborhood. She built her own life and then she met Aunt Mary and Jerry. "Aside from Aunt Mary and Jerry, you're my only family. And I'm really happy with the few weeks that we've been hanging out," she said. My guilt was eating me alive. From then on, I decided to stop. I still love Jerry, but loving is not owning. So I need to let him go and be happy with her. They deserve each other, and I don't want to be the witch who gets in between. Besides, I have a career to go back to abroad. One more week, and I'm out of here. I started to hang out with Natalie in good faith. I stopped sabotaging and getting her in trouble. Things were going fine, but then one day she started dodging me. She became very sickly. Sometimes I'm thinking that maybe she's just trying to make an excuse not to hang out with me anymore. So, just like old times, Jerry and I got to hang out more, just the two of us. We went to our favorite places like the mall, the coffee shop, the park, and a lot more. I find myself missing Natalie sometimes. She's really fun to be around. And I'm really sad that in a week I would be leaving again without seeing her. "How's Natalie, by the way?" I asked Jerry. "I'm not sure, she's very distant. I don't understand her anymore," he said. That night, we went to his apartment and watched our favorite movie. We ended up kissing, and one thing led to another, if you know what I mean. Jerry confessed that he realized he still has feelings for me. He said he would break things up with Natalie and hope that she would understand and that he would follow me abroad. I was so happy to finally hear those words, but on my way home, I contemplated if it's the right thing to do. Well, for the record, he realized it on his own and not because I manipulated his feelings for me. Next morning, I woke up to a call from Natalie. Oh my goodness, is this it? Is she gonna fight me because Jerry broke up with her? I still answered and I prepared my ears for some yelling. "Hello?" she said. Well, at least she did not yell. She just requested to meet me at some clinic downtown. I never bothered asking why. When I got there, she was waiting for me. I kinda noticed the dark circles under her eyes, and she lost a significant amount of weight. She also looked very pale. I gave her a hug as a greeting, and she hugged me too tightly. "I thought you would not see me before I leave," I said. "Of course not," she said plainly. "I have something to tell you," she said. My heart started to pound stronger with her intro. This must be something heavy. "I'm sick," she said. She started crying and telling me that she's got a terminal disease and it's